I thank my mother for sacrificing her career to look over her children. That, ladies and gentlemen, was just a side note. She was smart. She was much smarter than all of us. And yet, she chose to end her life over an exam. When you focus on things which truly matter, it's much easier for you. And that is why I love Germany. If I went to Albert Einstein and said, "You, sir, have failed. You cannot be a scientist," this world would not have been the way it is today. If watching reels gives you inner peace, go for it. I won't stop you. Just remember one thing. The inner helmet. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a head, you need a helmet. It can save your life. So wearing a helmet is a great idea, right? But stress, anxiety, and pollution issues, they kill brain cells. And great ideas, they are made by brain cells. So stress, anxiety, pollution, and issues, they are bad ideas, right? So let's have a world without bad ideas. We can't do that. Because what if I were to tell you, we cannot exterminate stress, anxiety, or pollution for the next 100 years? Because they run in our blood. We can only fight these issues. And to fight these issues, I present before you the greatest weapon of humanity, the inner helmet. Now, you all might be wondering, what is the inner helmet? Well, as a physical helmet protects your head, the inner helmet protects your mind. Why do you need the inner helmet? Well, let us play a short game, all right? I want you all to clap when the answer to my question is yes. Have you driven a car? All right? Have you driven a scooter, an Activa, a cycle? Have you ever got into an accident? Now imagine if the most handsome speaker on planet Earth were to deliver the speech to the entire world, 8 billion people. Something more exclusive than the Coldplay concert. 50 million people would raise their arms. They have been a part of an accident in that 1 year. If we look at India, out of 135 crore people, there are 460,000 accidents every year. But what I like about this number is not this number. It is what goes into fixing this number, and that is 5% of our GDP. Reason number one why the inner helmet is important is because you, ladies and gentlemen, yes, you matter. You're worth way more than 5% of our GDP. Way more than our education system that gets the same amount of GDP as road accidents do. And the second reason is, again, clap your hands if you've started your day catastrophizing and awfulizing your issues and problems and hurdles. That has been me too. Because we receive 60,000 thoughts every single day. And the inner helmet can filter these thoughts so that you're not weighed down by these thoughts. Rather, you use them as your wings. So we have seen what, we have seen why, how to use the inner helmet. Well, my first use case scenario is particularly useful for teenagers, for students between 13 to 18. How do you define this group of students? I define them by a group of people who can hear a Travis Scott song playing 3 miles away, but they cannot listen to their mother who is 3 meters away. But why? My mother has called me several times for dinner. I haven't replied back to her in less than half an hour. But why? When I asked that question, I realized parents have been central and integral in our culture system, right? From Lord Ganesha revolving around his parents when he was asked to take a round of the earth, to a very interesting letter which I recently read. It read, "I thank my mother for sacrificing her career to look over her children." That, ladies and gentlemen, was a suicide note. And suicide notes are written every 40 seconds. So by the time I finish speaking, more than 15 people would have chosen to end their lives. And that is where my first inner helmet comes in, the great expectations counter. Now, that letter which I spoke of, it was written in perfect English by a girl who was preparing for JEE. That does not mean, rather it proves that that girl was not a dumb person. She was smart. She was much smarter than all of us. And yet, she chose to end her life over an exam. Well, it is a situation with much gravitas, right? Expectations can drive you to come to such a conclusion. But people who have been successful are there because somebody expected success of them as well, right? So expectations entirely is not the issue. Expectations need to be taken charge of. And to all the parents in the audience, please do not come after me. My talk isn't about proving you right, proving you wrong. It's about driving you to expect in a healthy manner. And for all the students out there, your expectations are your wings. Take charge of your expectations and you'll go much, much, much further. All right, the heavy talk aside, let us play another game. I want all of you to shake hands with the person sitting right next to you and introduce yourself. Go. All right, stop. Now the person sitting on your other side, go. We'll play this game again after the second inner helmet. And now we'll play another game because I love games. So there's a ball here, right? Where is the ball? Here? How many of you choose it is here? Raise your hands. You're all wrong, it is in my pocket. But this was the one which matters. Because that, ladies and gentlemen, is life. That is a rat race. That is where life pushes you and where your heart does not lie. But whenever life pushes you somewhere your heart does not lie, empower your mind. You just need to search your pockets for your true passion. But you need to search, and you need to search. That takes me to my second inner helmet, that is focus on what truly matters. How many of you have played cricket? Clap your hands. When you wear a cricket helmet, it restricts your vision. You cannot see right, you cannot see left. You cannot afford to see up, neither can you look down, because your eyes are on the ball. Oh, I actually did not plan that. All right. When you focus on things which truly matter, it's much, much, much easier for you. And that is why I love Germany. Well, not the Germany between 1943 and 1945, but I love Germany today because of the Germany which was between 1943 and 1945. Because today students in Germany are taught about Hitler. They are taught about Nazism, and they are taught about what went wrong in their history, so that they can focus on what truly matters. Their future generations not committing the same mistakes which a non-democratic leader or dictator took, right? Secondly, if I did not focus on what matters today, I don't know where I might be tomorrow. But if I went to Barack Obama and said, "Sir, you are black. You can't be the president of the United States," and had he chose to focus on my words, we would not have seen the greatest presidents, one of the greatest president in the United States of America. Similarly, if I went to Oprah Winfrey and said, "Ma'am, you're fat. You cannot host a TV show," you would have lost a great talent. If I went to Albert Einstein and said, "You, sir, have failed. You cannot be a scientist," this world would not have been the way it is today. So focus on what truly matters. Lastly, remember when I asked you to introduce yourselves to the person sitting right next to you? When was the last time you did that? When was the last time you were in a train or in a bus and you decided, oh, that person looks good, I could talk to them, I can probably gain a friend? No, that is my third inner helmet. Live in the moment. Or as the Bee Gees must have said it, staying alive. I'm a bad singer. But what you need to take away from that one particular instance is to live in the moment. And I do not mean to force you out of your phone. If watching reels gives you inner peace, go for it. I won't stop you. Neither should anybody stop you from attaining inner peace. Just remember one thing. You have at an average 80 years to leave a mark. Make sure it is indelible. Because the people you surround yourselves with to live in that moment are, along with you, the culmination of the greatest history on planet Earth. क्योंकि तुझमें, yes, तुझमें ऋषि दधीची का जीवन है, अर्जुन की सी एकाग्रता तुझमें. And you, my friends, with my inner helmet, of course, please buy it, can make the change. तो आप सब आइए, शंखनाद करते हैं ज्ञान भक्ति वीरता की रसधार का, शंखनाद करते हैं नए भारत के नवनिर्माण का. थैंक यू.